dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, and then the Wasp was kind of boring.
Did you say dead ant?
I did. Dead ant, dead ant.
Antonio
Banderas.
You're a badass.
Ain't gonna see this movie again.
Oh.
One and done.
Welcome back to the Hateful Geeks. This week we are discussing our review of Antman and the Wasp. And we're still everyone's kind of reeling, coming back from that Infinity War high. We're all sort of like on our way down, shit's kind of like we're coming in focus a little bit, like how fucked everybody really is.
We're still recovering from Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
We peaked, now we're on the other side.
Right. Now we got fucking Paul Rudd and the chick from ex-wife.
Evangeline Lilly.
Ex-wife is the woman from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Judy Greer is the ex-wife. Evangeline Lilly is the Wasp.
Want to touch the hiney?
That's Billy Madison.
No,
right?
I'm just saying.
Was that
No, I just want to touch the hiney.
This opening derailed real fast.
Sure did. Let's just get this out of the way. Ant-Man and the Wasp is a fun and titular adventure, but did it hit home like the first Ant-Man?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to compare it to the first one.
Before we do that, welcome back to the Hateful Geeks.
We already said that.
We said that.
No, we didn't.
You know who you're listening to. You downloaded us.
Do you mean when we go, I'm Phil, Sweeney, Andy, Tim? We didn't do that.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm one of your many hosts, Tim.
This is Sweeney.
I'm Phil.
What?
And this is Andy.
I'm so confused. Who are you people?
Body switch.
You're in the
Anyway.
Twilight Zone, motherfucker.
Jesus.
It's Marvel movie night, guys, and I'm not saying I hated Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was good. It
was more of the same.
Well,
yeah,
so,
that's not necessarily a bad thing,
No,
but
not at all.
So here's the thing for me. When the first Ant-Man came out, everyone was like, why the fuck you make an Ant-Man movie? We don't care about Ant-Man. Who the fuck is Ant-Man? Like,
Right.
how could you if it was going to be about Hank Pym? It would have been about spousal abuse if you do it right by the comic.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when we got that and when we saw it, we were like, holy shit, that's actually a good movie. Paul Rudd's an amazing Ant-Man. It's hysterical. It's fun. It's like made for the whole family. Cool.
Because Paul Rudd is a charismatic motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. So
yeah, I have no problem with him on screen in this film.
Right. When you get the second one, though, it's like, well, how do you get that same excitement for it? Because it's like, oh, yeah, we now like the first one because we were expecting it. Now we're expecting it. It's like, you didn't give us anything more. It's a fun movie. It's exactly the same as the first one.
This movie suffered from a bad villain. Like lack thereof of a real
villain.
Yeah, there was no villain really.
So the Ghost was billed as the villain during the trailers and all the marketing, when in fact she is a victim and not a villain at all.
Yeah, like she was like hurt in pain constantly, fluctuating between dimensions because of the Pyms.
The Pyms.
What was it? Her father. It was the guy who stole the Pym technology.
Her father and Hank Pym.
Yeah,
they blame Hank.
Yeah,
everyone blames Hank.
Yeah,
because he had to do his experiments like bootleg, underground, whatever.
Yeah, underground Russian silo.
Yeah, warehouse.
Well, I guess the villain kind of was. What's that Southern man's name?
Walter Goggins.
Yeah, that guy.
The vice principal.
Yeah, the vice principal.
Justified.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will always be Shane Vendrell to me.
Yeah.
The Shield.
So I guess he could be kind of the villain in this because he was like helping them in the beginning to get all the tech they needed to build this, gateway to the Twilight Zone.
To the quantum realm?
In the movie, did you feel he was a legitimate threat?
No.
No, he literally pisses himself on the ferry.
Like I never thought he was a threatening good villain. And then Ghost, which her name was I don't even remember. Ash.
Was
something.
Like Aya or something
Amara?
like that? Ara. I don't know. Tim, look it up. Anyway, no, I think I think you're right. The film didn't have a true villain. It was almost like the film itself was recovering from
Ava,
thank you. It was like the film itself was recovering from the incident of Civil War. Like they didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know how to give it like a plot because the main plot was, they're all in trouble because of Civil War.
Yeah, we did. We took a little step back in time. So after Infinity War, we now pick up on Ant-Man, which happens after Civil War, before Infinity War.
Right.
So I get it. They're showing where was he during
When this
Infinity
happened,
War.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I will give it this credit too. So the first one we all loved because it was like surprising how good it was. We're like, oh shit, it's funny, awesome. It didn't have any character development in the first one. It was just kind of like, here's Ant-Man, boom. This one had more characters. You actually had Ant-Man, the Wasp. Hank Pym was actually in the movie as a character, not just a flashback. You know, he's in the first one. He was not like this. I don't feel like. I feel like you get emotionally attached to him more in this one than the first one.
So Scott Lang?
No. To
Hank Pym.
Hank Pym.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they do a good job in digging back into Hank Pym's like past and what happened to Janet.
Right.
And it's a little bit of a much better relationship than what you see on paper.
Right.
So they've obviously, for those of you who are big comic book fans that are listening with us tonight, in the comic books, Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne have a very complicated and, well, let's just be honest, it's highly abusive relationship. Yeah. Like Hank's an alcoholic, he takes it out on Janet. She never leaves. It's a fucking really dark Marvel story.
Right.
This has been completely thrown on the floor.
This is very much G-rated. Like
they're not doing the abuse from the 80s,
which is fine. I mean, there's no reason to put that on film. I don't think that's not an important part of the character to me, at least. I never liked Ant-Man because of that, or like hated him because of that.
It's something that they're already retconning,
right?
Well,
not that, right? Like the way he treats.
Right. Nobody wants that on screen.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. They're not already retconning it. Like they're trying to, even though it's been like 25 years later,
right? So the fact that they do that is fine. And then I do like that they kind of they amplified the powers a little bit more with like the ants and stuff like that. Like I love the giant ants. Like he like used as like bodyguards. Like I thought that was hysterical. Like
yeah, or to help build their portal to the quantum realm.
Yeah, they like make them build things, and
or to be just in Scott Lang's place and play the rock band or whatever the crap that was.
So again, it's that humor from the first one, right? We get a lot of that slapstick like fun humor that the first one had with ants and bugs, and he tries to name all of his ants, and they keep getting eaten by the birds.
I feel like Scott Lang is kind of an ant whore. I'm just gonna say it. Like
he gets around. He does.
Him and Anthony.
He gets around, man.
Now he's got like Antonio, and he's like, dude, like whatever happened to Anthony?
I don't know. I have him on my shelf over
Anthony
there.
The one with the drums, was that Anthony?
I thought
Anthony dies.
Yeah, Anthony.
Ant-Man
he died in the first one.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I missed that.
You're right. He didn't. They just took him to a farm.
Yeah, he's in a farm upstate.
A giant ant farm. Lots of dirt to play with.
Strike this man. Tons.
What I was really happy to see was in the first movie, we thought the special effects, the technology of how they de-aged Michael Douglas 30 years. This one, we get him de-aged. We get Michelle Pfeiffer in her prime. We get Lawrence Fishburne, and it looked better. It looked perfect.
Yeah, it looked great.
Do we even need actors? I mean, I feel like right now we've successfully Westworlded, but on a digital level, not in like actual.
We could just have like digital screen.
Westworld society.
It didn't look as bad as like Michael Douglas did in the original Ant-Man, and I think Robert Downey Jr. looked awkward in Civil War when they did it for him.
It's no Governor Tarkin.
Yeah.
Not so awesome. This was
Princess
like,
Leia.
I think we're getting close to that point where like we all get to live forever in movies by just making CG versions of us doing shit.
I think
it's nice. Any way I can get it.
I think those ones look really well too because they probably used the original. Obviously, they had the actors and actresses there, and they can just kind of easily manipulate that on. Yeah, when you have the structure there,
it's like a version of mocap essentially.
Yeah, I think Tarkin and the other ones are a little more difficult because obviously they've been passed away. Right, you can't use an exact body. So, yeah. So the motion cap, I think, was much better in this film, right? That we've seen in other Disney films. Because it actually looked legit like they used to look. They didn't look like fake.
I remember like in Civil War when they did it with Robert Downey Jr., he had like dead eyes and it was just real weird to me.
Yeah, that one he looked really skinny too. I know he's supposed to be pretty young, right? But like he just looked like a crack addict, which at the time he might have been.
Yeah, I mean if we're going late 80s, early 90s Robert Downey Jr., then yes.
He probably had some issues back then. So maybe they really got the real one.
Right.
Wasn't he in a film with Jason Spader? Or is that right? Whatever, James Spader in the 80s. That was like about like
Probably.
maybe it
I would
wasn't James
imagine.
Spader. Maybe it was the guy from Pretty in Pink.
Andrew McCarthy.
Thank you. I think it was with Andrew McCarthy, but yeah, he was in a. He did that thing.
Good story, Phil.
I did it.
Anyway, back to Ant-Man. So again, I think my favorite character of this movie is Luis because
Yep,
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena is like
he stole the movie.
oh my goodness, like he plays the same person in every show he's in.
Oh yeah,
which is
much.
just Michael Pena.
Right. He just plays himself every time.
But it's so perfect because like I told Andy this when we were actually in the theater. The part where he started like got the truth serum and started narrating like the whole thing really quickly. But then they had the actors actually mouth the words. That was the best part.
That was like that was the end of the first Ant-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he mentioned Spider-Man in that, and people were like
that they reused.
I liked it. I love it. I want some more of it. I try.
Wow.
So hard. I can't rise above it.
Anyway.
Damn.
God damn it.
That just happened. Yeah, no, I know. He was great. It was funny. It was just, but you're right. It was just like the first one. I don't know.
The name of their security company was called Ex-Con.
That was funny.
Yeah. Get out of here because I like that.
Andy seems so sourpuss tonight.
No, I didn't mind it. I think I went in with a little higher expectations because
of
the
Ant-Man.
first one did surprise me. So then with the second one, I went in like, oh, what are they going to do next? Oh, they did the same thing.
For
me, I looked at Ant-Man and the Wasp like almost like a palate cleanser after Infinity War, and I was all right with it. Like I went in knowing I got what I expected, and I wasn't.
They needed
really,
a lighthearted movie after that whole crotch.
After me,
punch.
after me going like, I'm not crying, you're crying at the end of Infinity War.
Phil's
I wrote a book about this. Number 1, be a man. I wrote it all myself.
Good job. Good book. Bestseller. 10 times.
I feel like the love story was not. I wasn't really feeling a lot of like.
I felt like the love story was like more between him and his daughter. Like they had more of the relationship than they showed with the Wasp. Yeah, and Hope.
Yeah, like I cared more about like finding Janet and like the family dichotomy more than I was like, Paul Rudd, I hope you get the girl.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we know Paul Rudd's gonna get the girl. In every movie he's in, he gets the girl.
He made Kissing Cousins popular in Clueless, so it's fun.
Technically, in I Love You Man, he gets the guy.
Yeah. See?
There you go.
He wins. He's a winner. He's a closer. He gets coffee.
Oh, ABC.
Always be closing.
Jesus.
I don't feel okay. So it was great.
Whoa.
Technical malfunction.
For those of you that can't see.
Phil, do you have a quest for us?
For those of you that can't see, Phil just got shined upon by the glorious guide of light.
Phil has a quest for us.
For you. I need you to go to Oingo Boingo Crater and kill me 15 Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
Yeah,
Oingo Boingo.
I know where that's at.
Yeah, that's the only place you did know where it was.
But he never knew what to call it. It was weird. He was like, he knew where it was, but
it was always Oingo Boingo, which it's on Goro, but he called it Oingo Boingo.
Oh, that's a long time ago. Boys.
Long time.
I'd rather talk about World of Warcraft antics from a fucking decade ago than this movie.
That's what,
I'm not
I agree
saying
with you.
bad.
I don't hate this movie.
No, I don't.
I just walked out of there like, had I never seen this movie,
it was just
cool.
It was just.
But I felt that way at the first one too.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just the fun that I expected. It was fun for me.
And I did enjoy myself. I had a good time. I just went from like watching literally half the universe die to Ant playing drums.
Yeah.
I feel kind of screwed. Also,
that's a good segue.
I don't like it.
After credit scene, I feel kind of screwed.
Yeah. You went from universal doom to very, very, very focused street level
But that's not this
Shenanigans.
movie's fault.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And I understand.
It's not.
I mean,
wanted-
also Ant-Man isn't a character.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like, I'm going to go save the universe.
No,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like I like my street level characters. I like Daredevil. I like Ant-Man.
Right.
I like Batman. I like Spider-Man. I love street level characters.
Yeah.
It just went from that huge impactful movie to your next one being Ant-Man.
Right. Well, that's fine though. Like,
Yeah, I don't.
they all can't be the giant, encompassing movies.
I'm actually okay with that. I don't have a problem with them kind of like, microscoping in from like, big world, big universe threat to
Right.
shit going down in Hank Pym's life.
Right.
San Francisco.
But I still feel gypped on the after credits scene.
Well, yeah.
okay, so-
yeah.
I didn't really feel gypped because ever since Guardians 2, really, they've done one that's a teaser and then they've done one comedy. They did it for Homecoming. They didn't really do it for Black Panther. They did it for Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I think this one
Because
was almost
Homecoming
because
Homecoming was the spider signal and then Captain America at the end of with his PSA.
Wait a minute though, but I'm saying like the end credit scene where it's like empty San Francisco and like you see Anthony playing the drums, like that doesn't tell me shit about the next movie.
the next
like,
movie was
The teaser
in the
teaser was him in the
quantum
quantum realm.
him
Yeah.
in the quantum
'Cause that
realm
was
and
the
everyone else
before
turning
the-
to dust.
Yeah. That was
That was the
next.
mid credit scene.
Right, but that's
Yeah.
the teaser for the next one.
Yeah.
So now Marvel, what they've done is their mid credit is
Yeah.
the tease to the next. So it's pretty much saying, "Oh, guess what? He's caught up to the timeline.
Right.
He's at the Infinity
So
War,
so in Avengers 4, he's going to be in the quantum realm.
Right.
Okay.
which he realizes while I'm
So-
in the quantum realm, and again they
So-
tease another
Right.
time. She warns him before going in there, don't fall into a time vortex. Bad shit happens when you're in a time vortex.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Teaser.
Time. I get it. I see the fucking writing on the wall. Time is going to have a huge impact on
Avengers 4.
Well, yeah.
So
Time travel.
so I looked at the ant playing drums as the comedy one.
It was.
yeah.
I think
Like-
I agree with Phil when San Francisco's empty and the camera's panning by and it goes into his house and the TV is playing with just that like the
It's like
colored bars and
end of broadcast day kind
yeah.
of thing.
it started very like doom and like oh
Wow.
shit what's happening here. Oh, it's an ant playing Rock Band.
It didn't really bother
It's
me
like,
because
I sat for 20 minutes for that.
I
least
mean,
the
it
ant
didn't
survived.
bother me
Really?
because I figured it was going to be a comedy one.
Yeah.
So that's why I was
Right.
like, all right, whatever.
Hey,
That's
he survived.
fine, but
Yeah.
but my point is that at the very, I don't know, man. It's like tell me something. Don't tell me more about the next Ant-Man movie. Tell me about the next fucking Avengers film. Like, give me something there. Like,
That's
They
the
told
quantum
you
realm.
the
I don't
Pims
give a
are
shit
gone.
that he's stuck in the quantum realm. Yeah, cool. Like, so MacGuffin it in the next movie. Time travel. Good job.
That's telling you the next movie though.
Yeah.
That's
So you're telling me they just spoiled how they win?
Probably.
what? No,
I-
they didn't spoil how they win. No, the common fan doesn't know all about the quantum realm and stuff like that. Most people are gonna be like, "Oh shit, he's stuck there. How is he gonna get out? Oh, we'll see him in the next movie."
Yeah.
He could keep shrinking for eternity until he just like gets big again. That's physics, guy.
I don't think that's how physics works.
Yeah, that's totally how it works, man. Yeah, you keep going so small until you like pop back into the like. And it's
I'm not a fictional character on Big Bang Theory, but it sounds bullshit.
just Matthew McConaughey. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Just what Interstellar that bullshit.
Nailed it.
Got it.
It's a paradox.
Right.
I liked Yellow Jacket. I was just thinking to myself, like, I like a good villain, and I actually really
Yeah.
enjoyed Yellow Jacket.
It was a good villain.
He was.
Mark Strong.
No. Corey Stoll.
No, it was Mark.
Yeah,
Strong.
Mark
It was
Strong.
not. It was not Mark Strong. I'll tell you
It
that
looked
right
like
now.
Mark Strong.
It was not.
Yeah,
It was not Mark Strong. I will fucking tell you that right now.
Strong. We're giving it to him.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
You're
you were
Sinestro
the-
and Yellow Jacket.
You did it.
He's also
Yeah.
Dr. Savannah.
Hey, you know what really drove me nuts though?
Uh-oh.
Oh, we don't really
David
grinds
Boyes.
my gears.
Corey-
You know
Corey
what
Stoll.
grinds my gears about this. They would shrink his laboratory and then move it around, and people would like pick it up and tilt it sideways and run around with it and everything. And the entire time I'm just sitting there thinking like, all that shit inside the building is just getting tossed around as people are doing this, and then they blow it back up and everything is just pristine.
Maybe he
I
nailed,
agree.
maybe he screwed everything down.
There wasn't even like a pencil on the floor.
Right.
No,
They were like throwing
and
the
that's-
fucking building
That's
around.
not my problems too. Is like not a problem, but just I thought it was kind of funny. It's like so they had the technology to shrink the buildings and the cars down, but like. Why does it shrink the person too? Because like they don't have their suits on, they just get shrunk all of a sudden. Like, no, that's not how it works. You think it would shrink around you.
It creates a field around everything in
Maybe,
the car.
but I'm just saying it didn't explain it.
The car chase scene in San Francisco
That was fun.
where she shrinks down and is able to lose everyone, and then immediately just gets big again. I'm like, just stay small. End of conflict. You're done. What? Why?
To get out of the car?
You did it.
No, still running. Like you're still fleeing, but you're like, hey, in case you didn't know where we are, bam, here we are.
I liked him on the tow truck and just like
Just
using
like
it like
skateboard.
like a scooter. Like I enjoyed that. And then someone holding a gun, he's like,
He's just like do. I did like you got more Giant Man too in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Than the last one.
I was a little disappointed that we didn't get Lawrence Fishburne's character as Goliath. I thought maybe he would put a suit on and
We don't need Goliath.
I would have liked to see Goliath. That would have been kind of cool.
And never show Goliath.
Why do we need Goliath?
Because Goliath is a fun character. Are you familiar with Goliath?
Is he Ant-Man?
He's a reverse Ant-Man. He's like really good giant man. Like that's what he does.
Okay.
He like doesn't even like he doesn't screw around with becoming tiny. Goliath always goes like, I'm giant Goliath. It's not just a clever fucking name, you know.
Well, I mean, cool. Let's get Goliath in the next one.
he's dead in the comics. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, never mind. He's dead. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he got killed by a clone Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Chlor. I believe it's
Chlor. I thought like Clone Thor was like a full name. Like I didn't know a clone of Thor.
Yeah, it is.
But like, he said Clone Thor. I was like,
him. During the first Civil War, when Tony Stark was vying for power, Thor was nowhere to be seen and would not take a side. So Tony Stark made a clone of Thor who could wield the hammer Mjolnir, also have cyborg comics.
Yeah.
And during one of the first fights of Civil War, Clone Thor, or Chlor as popularly referred to, sends a lightning bolt through Goliath's chest and fucking just
and that
rips
was
him right there.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that was
that
like
would do
that
it.
was like the first casualty of Civil War. Where people were like, "What the fuck are we doing?"
We're killing each other now. Is what's fucking happening?
Because it was Stark and Reed Richards, and they got it from literally a hair of Thor that was like left on a chair in Avengers Mansion.
Makes sense.
So yeah, Goliath like is kind of a cool character. Like he actually like has sort of some kind of like.
But in this time stream, Goliath would probably have to be somebody else, much like Ant-Man is somebody else now as well. I don't think Lawrence Fishburne's character is young enough to handle that again. Like
you'll do second gen.
The entire Hank Pym and the entire first Ant-Man is like, I can't shrink again. I'll die. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. This movie, I can't. Okay, I'll do it.
I don't remember him saying that he can't shrink again or he'll die. I remember he can't
ask him. He was like, "Why don't you just do it?" And he was like, "I can't." He's like, "I can't put on the suit and do it again."
I thought it was because of his daughter and not wanting to go to jail.
I thought it was because
he just did it.
So you just made that up in your head, didn't you?
No, I think it was the promise because he stopped after Janet died or died.
When he lost his wife. He made a promise.
Dumber.
Don't be pissy because you were wrong. It's fine.
No,
it's okay to be wrong.
Dumber.
No, he made a promise
for Marvel movies.
So you didn't even need Scott Lang in the first movie at all. Hank Pym could have just been like, "Shit, I have to do this."
What is that?
No, he literally made a promise to his daughter who just lost her mother forever. That he's never going to do that again.
I mean, but what is that like a?
Okay,
is that like
we've
an
lost
issue
the conversation, guys? I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry. I showed them shinies and now they can't focus.
Mm-hmm.
Children. No, I got my Loot Crate this month.
Oh, okay. America.
Featuring this awesome, adorable Jurassic Park, not World t-shirt. Also, Adorbs Malcolming.
I feel like this episode's just gone way off the rails.
Yes.
Like I said, man, like this was a good movie, but it is not so good that I
discuss.
It's basic. It's a basic bitch movie. I don't know what to say.
That I'm a basic bitch because I
liked
enjoyed it.
It was funny. I recommend watching it. You'll laugh. Yeah. There is no gravitas to it. There's no doom. At no point was I like.
But not every movie needs to be about doom.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I get it. Not every film that they make needs to be like.
There never doesn't have to be though. Not
Again,
every
I'm
hero
not-
has to be all of a sudden, oh no, the world's going to end or my life's going to end. Like,
Not
it doesn't
even
have
world
to
ending.
be.
There was not even like
It doesn't have to be.
city. There was
Not
just
even the first
nothing.
one. There was
Like
that
we said,
either.
not even a villain. Not even.
I mean, feel
a lot-
bad for the villain in this film. She got fucked over hardcore.
Right.
I mean,
Over-
a lot of this movie was about like the reuniting families, like Scott's and
It wasn't so
the
much
Pims.
about like, hey, let's conquer this evil. It was like, hey, let's build our lives back up because we just got destroyed by this civil war.
I like that, like Lawrence Fishburne and his character and Ghost at the end of the film when she's like,
Right.
"Go," he's like,
she's like his surrogate daughter.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere with that."
Yeah.
Like,
It's all about good feels because we just had that like Infinity War rip us apart.
it was super good seeing all these families completely like get back together. Like 30 years, she still loves the guy. That's pretty awesome.
I mean, yeah, who knows? She has superpowers now, apparently.
But
She
I
did-
mean,
yeah.
and then on top of that, you fucking murder them in cold blood.
They're just dust in the wind.
Now they're gone
Yeah.
again.
Like, thanks. Like, so you're telling me like 3 of my favorite characters from this movie, I'm
gone.
not going to see in the next Infinity movie.
No.
That fucking sucks. Like, I like Hank. I
My-
like Michael Douglas.
would
Hank
say
Pym.
thing,
no.
the thing that I was wrong about is that I thought they would keep Wasp alive and Ant-Man and Scott would die, or Ant-Man and Hank Pym would die. Sorry.
Are they basically just setting this up so it's the original Avengers plus 1 or 2 other talking heads around them?
Mhm.
'Cause
Pretty
that's the
much.
people
Yeah.
who survived.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, it's
the
all these new
survivors are the
characters and-
original.
I think
I don't
it's
get to see half of them for half your movie.
I think it's just the last hurrah for the original Avengers
Right. Before they retire.
before they retire / die. That's
I meant retire from the like the
I really
real
hope none of
characters. not in the movie, but like the people playing them retired. move on.
yeah, from Marvel. Yeah,
I just want more Spider-Mans.
there wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
there wasn't
absolutely.
anything that I really disliked in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I think that's a good thing.
The only thing I couldn't stop noticing, and then maybe it's because I'm a child,
Mhm. Aren't we all?
But the Wasp suit had a giant penis on it, upside down, on her chest.
You are a child because I
Yeah.
did not even see that.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for that.
Nah, I
Right.
just couldn't. It was right in the screen, right in front
You're
of me.
just like, oh, dick.
Look
I
at
was
her
actually
suit.
going to say I was kind of impressed with how accurate her costume looked too
Yeah.
in the comics.
I just saw
Because
the
it does.
penis.
It has like the goldish color on like the breast and then the
Penis.
ribbed pattern down her thing. So apparently it looks like an upside down penis.
Got the thing on her breast, and then it goes down her whatever
Yes,
chest.
He's good at
You
it.
guys are just champions of
Words.
feminists.
Words.
Words. and shit.
Andy has a hard time with words.
I don't know.
think
Sometimes
we've
he whips
lost
out
Andy completely.
pyroclast though.
No, I'm trying to look something up too.
Andy like will say like completely made up shit, but then all of a sudden he's like pyroclast. I'm a volcano
You
expert.
get it. You know what I'm talking about.
He like talks like the thing with the thing on the thing and the other thing.
Drove a dry, Cobra Cry.
And then he's just like, oh, here's my word of the day.
Pyroclast.
Andy, like your version of Sesame Street would be incredibly fucked up, and I would not allow my child.
Gravitas.
Gravitas.
Is that the word of the day?
That was
Gravitas.
today.
Was that on your calendar?
I
How
mean,
did you go from
my-
Sesame Street to Pee-wee's Playhouse? God damn it.
Word of the day. I watched me some goddamn Pee-wee's Playhouse. I understand it.
I
get
need
references.
something to throw at you.
Thank you for tuning in for our random episode.
no, we're
We're
not.
not done yet.
Jesus.
Andy's already one
We
foot
still
out
got
the door.
We still got Hateful Grateful.
I don't have a problem with this film being what it is. And Sweeney's right. This is Ant-Man is a fun for the whole family hero. Not everyone has to die except for the very fucking end, apparently. And he's cracking jokes, but it's appropriate to his character. And then his
It was.
sidekick is also cracking. Like it's funny and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
It was good
My hating
humor.
on it
It
for
worked. There was nothing in there that made me groan.
I know there were no groaners. This wasn't a groaner. It just wasn't special. You know, it wasn't
Yeah.
like,
I agree with that.
and that's not necessarily, you're right, not necessarily a bad thing, but I kind of wanted it to be because I really was, like Andy said, I was really surprised by the first one.
This
Right.
is a middle of the pack Marvel film, which isn't a bad thing. It's not at the bottom.
It's no Dark World. It's no
No.
Thor 2 The Dark World. It's way
Yeah.
better than that.
Yeah.
But it's no like
not-
Doctor Strange or
Yeah.
Volume
No, it's
2
definitely
Guardians.
It's
No.
not Guardians, but it's not Iron Man 3 either.
Oh no. Oh god, Iron Man 3. Yeah, that's worse than Dark World.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's that mid tier where if you like are at home when it comes out on DVD and it comes on like your cable, you're gonna watch it. It's like, oh, it's fun. I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
Wait, watch what?
Antman and the Wasp. Like you'd come on and you'd watch it. Like you're like, oh,
sure.
I'll enjoy that again.
I'll have that on in the
I'm
background.
not going to go out and buy another ticket.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Not necessary.
I mean, I'll buy it when it comes out on DVD.
Right. God damn it, Andy.
This cat's out of town this week, and I went and saw it without her. Now she's going to have to see it again, and I have to see it twice.
Oh, poor baby.
If it's cheap enough, I wouldn't hate seeing it twice.
Yeah, $5
If you see
Tuesdays.
I'm just seeing if you say like a $5. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like $5.
Someone said there were supposed to be like Easter eggs in the quantum world, and I was really looking hard.
There was.
That's got to be like when you're just doing it frame by frame by frame. Like
I saw a lot of colors splashing around,
right.
shit like that. That it was like, oh look, it's gem colors,
and that's the kind of fandom that I don't really understand. I'm sorry when it's just like
I'm gonna find something,
right? Yeah, do frame by frame.
Filmmakers are puzzles.
Oh yeah,
puzzle makers. Like it's. Have you ever heard of avant-garde? I mean,
no, yeah, I have.
Some filmmakers like to put like really small visual shit in their movies. Kind of cool.
I did like the very tiny like amoebae or whatever they were that were like whales.
There's a word for those. I can't remember what it is, but they're a real thing. No, that's a one-celled critter with no brain. Sorry.
They could they'll survive like nuclear
water bears.
Yeah, apparently they're awesome. Apparently.
They're invincible creatures. Like
he's like, apparently they're awesome. Apparently
survive the vacuum of space somehow.
They survive in the vacuum of space. They
have no skeletal structure or
I think it's water bears.
But
that's usually
like
what
whales.
I say when I'm going to the bathroom. Nope, it's totes water bears.
Totes water bears. Stanley cameo.
Stanley cameo. That was funny. He was like, I did a lot of shit in the 60s, but apparently it's catching up to me.
Yeah.
He dropped his lawsuit of BAM Comics or whatever.
Against POW Comics.
POW
Entertainment.
Wow.
You're close.
POW. Wham.
He was suing Wham.
That's the record. They got their exclamation point.
Pick me up
before you go.
Leave me hanging on like yo. All right, before we
Nancy over there.
So yeah, we can all agree this was a meh. Right?
I mean, I enjoyed it. Yeah, but it's still
but did you love it?
No.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You didn't hate it. No. So yeah, that's the definition of a meh.
Meh.
This was a meh.
This was an Andy.
Yeah.
This was
an Andy.
Are you saying Andy's a meh?
No, he always says that. He's always like, meh.
Yeah, this is an Andy on the rating scale.
That's because Andy and I are making fun of somebody that we knew from like 10 years ago. Who was like,
if somebody's like, do you want to go see this again? Maybe.
I'm about 40-60.
Yeah, 60-40.
I'll give it a shot.
Come back to me tomorrow. Maybe I'll be 50-50. Maybe 45-55.
Maybe. That means no.
Well, again, if you've stayed through the episode this long, thank you. Because it's been a shit show.
So we actually have a treat for those of you who stuck it through an Antman Wasp review of this caliber, of this disappointment. Your Hateful Geeks, all four of us, will be in Atlanta for Labor Day weekend. For Dragon Con.
The Con of Dragons.
We're getting the band back together for 4 or 5 nights of hanging out in hotels.
Stupidity.
I was thinking of
a little grown-up
shenanigans.
We'll just call it what it is. Shenanigans. That's a great word for it.
Debauchery.
Whoa, nobody's in. It's debauchery.
He was in debauchery.
Bacharach.
This is like spring break for geeks.
God damn it.
Nerdy
Shut
girl.
up, Tim. You're going too.
No. I'm saying God damn it about Baccarat.
And debauchery.
Debauchery.
Burt Bacharach.
What is going
very
on?
Fine musician.
We're having a words with Andy's moment.
Yeah.
You got to watch for these. They're hard. Not
My
always
brain
easy
hurts.
to pick up. Andy will just start saying a random string of words that might have some relation.
Yeah.
And then you
got
figure out the connection. It's like, like six degrees of Kevin Bacon. It's like, how do they all fit?
It's like the Da Vinci Code. Like you have to
there's like a master plan.
Yeah, it's the Renzitti code.
The Renzitti.
Here we go. Words.
Delicious ziti.
But yeah, we will be in Atlanta Labor Day weekend. We will remind you again before we go. If you will be at Dragon Con and you would like to, we will be streaming. And interviewing folks, and
It's like a fucking switch.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, look at him. He's like
flipped the switch,
all
like,
proper and shit.
Bam,
What's
I'm
happening?
back.
come on, we will
Hi,
be there.
and if you would care to
will
join us
feature you.
for a drink and to talk about your costuming habits, we would be so obliged to have you. Fuck off.
I
Just
said
have a
good
beer.
day.
Let's talk about some nerdy shit.
But yes, if you're going to be in Atlanta at DragonCon, if you have to listen to us and be there, you will see us, you will find us, and you will listen to us.
We'll post where we're at.
Marriott.
Yeah. Yes,
Well, no, I'm just
combined.
saying, like, what bar? Like, hey,
Oh, yeah, all
like,
the bars.
yeah, we're
Marriott.
gonna be at. Shut the fuck up.
It's just
I'll
like,
take
now
over-
see, now you're
I wanna
back to
take
this
over
shit
the
again.
hype.
Like, you were all proper for like 30 seconds.
Right.
Proper fucked.
God damn.
Pop fuck. Pop fuck.
God
You
damn.
like that?
We had him for like 41.
We had it.
For like 41 seconds, and then now he's Popeye.
That's what happens when he's quantum displaced.
Yeah.
Andy goes from like what could have been if he had finished middle school to regular
And
Andy.
now he's just like,
Yeah.
Sloth,
You're the Hulk.
love
Ex-
chunk.
Instead of strong, it's just.
Oh, geez.
Like the
All
reverse
right.
leader.
So yes, come find us at DragonCon. We'll be streaming from there as well, so you can come join us live in person or on the interwebs.
It is more than a month away, so we'll remind
we'll
folks.
we'll remind you.
Hey,
it's
we got to put
we,
the feelers out now.
we got 7 weeks. No, I'm just saying we'll keep reminding you.
Absolutely. All right. So if you like the Antman and the Wasp, please let us know. Talk to us. If you hate it, let us know. Talk to us. We'll argue. Whatever. We might say meh, because that's how we feel about this movie.
Yeah.
So moving on, we do have our final bit of the night.
Yes.
And
A
Tim,
bit. Hello, my baby.
Hello, my holiday. Hello, my
Hello,
right time.
now.
Since this one is kind of short, I do have a fourth
well,
hateful,
we have to
grateful.
introduce it. It is our hateful
Grateful.
and grateful.
Da, 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 da.
I'm gonna pull myself some Cavassier. Ooh,
Right.
a lady. Like, why the fuck are all like sexy late time radio
Hit it,
stars?
Tim.
This
So
one's going out to your lovely lady.
we usually do 3, but since this is a shortened episode, I do have a fourth one if you want
Damn
to
it,
do
Tim,
that.
we have 3.
Jesus.
No, fuck it. Let's go. Let's hit the quat train. Let's do this.
I've got 3 movie related, 1 comic related.
Okay, go.
So the first one is that Jeremy Renner has been signed to play Twitch in the Spawn movie.
What? Really?
Mm-hmm.
See what happened? My voice get really high. That's what.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
I like that. My feelings about this are the same as my feelings about a Spawn movie.
Right.
Hateful.
I'm all right with the
I don't
casting,
need it.
but I just don't. I'm not a big Spawn guy, so
Love Jamie Foxx. This movie is cursed. Spawn is the fucking Fantastic Four of Image. Like, you'll never make a good movie without it. Ever.
Andy.
Period.
I really couldn't care.
oh, all right.
I don't like Twitch is
Can you give us-
like his sidekick buddy kind
No,
of.
it's one of like
Sam's.
the investigative like cops that.
Yeah. So
I skip their parts when I read the comics.
yeah, it's just a character that I don't really care about. But the only reason I'm kind of grateful for the Spawn movie, it is being through, is it Blumhouse?
Yeah, Blumhouse.
Blumhouse,
Mhm.
and they have a pretty good track record with some horror films. So we'll see what they do. My trepidation is still with fucking
Trepidation.
I mean,
Todd McFarlane.
He just pops out of
directed-
nowhere.
they're Plumhouse. They're a company that kind of lets the creators, the directors
thing.
do whatever they want.
Yeah.
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 And what has Todd McFarlane directed before this?
That
Family Guy.
No,
Seth
Ron
MacFarlane?
I know.
Spawn is always at its best in the comics when it's the whole hell versus heaven.
Yeah.
Anti-Spawn, the Violator.
Right.
Like, you need a movie with anti-Spawn, the armies of heaven, the armies of hell, and Violator. You don't have all these things combined. Oh, fucking Angela needs to show up too.
Right.
Like, your Spawn movie needs to be like all the good
It
things.
needs to
about
be a
Spawn.
grander scale than just like him
I'll
fighting.
give them a pass if that's leading to the sequel. If Spawn 2 is going to be that, where if our end credits is teasing Angela, and this is what we're going to get, cool.
I don't know if he has the rights to Angela.
Yeah,
You
she's a
can't. He
Marvel
doesn't.
character.
She's a Marvel character now, so that won't happen ever. And the more fucked up than that is like, why do I have to wait a whole movie to get what I want from the movie?
Right.
Because they're going to do the whole origin bit again. This is a
fuck, I
reboot.
know where Spawn comes from. Comes from hell.
He's a Spawn.
I know this.
Right. I got that.
A Spawn of Satan. Yeah.
You can literally do like what they did in like Dawn of Justice and do his like fucking his backstory during the opening credits.
Right. And
I'm all right
Spawn.
with that. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Fuck it.
And then like I don't shit, man. Give him the costume of the wings. Anything. McFarlane had great art.
Yes, he did.
Like when
Yes.
Spawn was beautiful, it was drawn amazingly for its time. It was ahead of the game. It kind of changed the game in some aspects when it came to like edgelordy spikes and how many like fucking satchels do you have on your body and how many guns can you carry at
Pouches. We
one
need more
time.
pouches.
More pouches. But yeah, so not always for the best. But this is not going to be a good movie. Sorry, I'm calling it right now.
Yeah,
and if I'm wrong,
I mean, you might not be, but I'm grateful because I want to see the Spawn movie. I want a Spawn movie. So
You like the first one?
I like the first one, and even though it's not a great movie, I still enjoy it.
It's nostalgia for you.
Yeah, Twitch, cool. Bring it on. I want to see it. Let's go.
you've been violated.
You've
No.
violated.
Wow. All right. In other movie news, this movie might not be very good, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Neil Blomkamp, the guy who did District 9, Elysium, and the third Chappie, thank you, has signed on to
Weren't those all the same movie?
They all take place in parts of South Africa, so yes.
Okay.
He has signed on to at least direct, I'm not sure about writing, but direct a new RoboCop movie that will have ties to the original RoboCop series.
It's
I heard about
supposed to
this as
be
well.
A true sequel.
Really?
True
To
sequel?
the first RoboCop.
So it's not like
All
a
right.
remake again like we got from the last one?
No, that movie's
Oof.
garbage.
It is garbage.
They changed the entire suit.
Yeah. Shit, I'll see a sequel to the original RoboCop.
Neil Blomkamp's doing it. I bought the Blomkamp collection on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
All three of his works.
I'm interested because I did like I haven't seen Chappie yet, but I did like Elysium and I love District 9.
Elysium was pretty good.
Do you like The Ontward?
Well, what do you do? A couple of their,
on fire.
do you do a couple of their videos? Or?
On fire. I think you freaky and I like you a lot.
I don't know what's going on right now.
And I like you a lot. You don't know The Ontward?
No, I know of that. Yeah, but
Yeah, so if you can stand them for 2 hours, then yeah, go watch Chappie.
no, I was gonna say like you guys.
I
sing-
didn't know what the reference was.
Yeah, no, I was like, you guys are singing the song, and we're pretty close to like having to pay for rights for the song.
I think you're freaky and I like you a lot.
Cool. That's $10,000. Thank you.
That's not how that works, dude. You have to
I'm
make money.
just-
You
I'm
can't
just
get
kidding.
sued if you don't make any money doing what you do.
I'm just.
We
It's,
make negative money.
it's
We make negative money. We
Guys.
spend money to bring. What,
Guys.
is that a joke?
guys. It's called a joke.
Tim, put your penis away.
That wasn't the joke that I'm referring to.
So yes, I think we're all grateful for a potential good sequel.
We can't
to
even
the
we
first
can't even get through a
RoboCop.
hateful grateful right now.
No,
Right.
It's one of those nights.
Next.
Yeah.
Next,
The apparently Disney is in talks with
Everyone.
Kerry Russell
Oh, okay.
to come in and be in episode 9, and rumors have already started that she's going to be Ray's mom in episode 9.
Really?
She not hungover anymore? She can go find her daughter?
Right,
I really hope,
She not a
I hope
drug
they
addict
leave that
anymore?
story alone. I want her to be the daughter of drunkards who sold her for beer money.
Yeah. I mean, cool.
Mom shows up with a bottle in the hand, like, oh,
I also
funny.
heard something else about one of the films coming up.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, I also heard another character she could be possibly playing.
Oh, I just heard that Billy D. Williams is probably going to come
yeah,
back.
I think that's already confirmed. He's
Yeah,
coming back as
confirmed.
Lando.
Yeah.
he's coming back as Lando.
The other rumor that I heard with Kerry Russell is that she'll play an older version of Emilia Clarke's character from Solo.
Really?
Those are the two rumors that I keep hearing.
So either she could be both, I guess.
She's either Kira or she's Ray's mom or she's both.
But she could be both.
So hateful to both.
I'm not hateful at all on that.
Okay,
I have no issue with that.
I'm grateful for any Star Wars news, but I'm hateful because I really hope those spoilers aren't true.
Okay.
I'd be all right with her being Ray's mom. I'm not really all right with her being an older version of.
Yeah, I don't see why
Somebody
you
she
would.
doesn't
because-
look like.
Well, not even that. It's just like what does it matter? Who is that character? How are we ever gonna what's it relate to this? The realm of the nine.
Right.
realm
You know
of the
how
nine.
old she would have to be
They'd have to put her in some old
From-
makeup.
before A New Hope
Yeah, dude, she'd be like way older than Leia.
Right.
She would be like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
She'd be
'cause-
Han Solo's age.
Right.
No. Yeah, and he was like super crunchy old. We saw what happened to him, right?
I'm just saying you have to
Like
put
turned into a bag of leaves when
He'd
he
be
got
like
cut in half.
70.
Yeah, you'd be 70.
Yeah.
You just put her in old makeup.
Yeah,
Carrie
she wouldn't be
Russell's
like
not 70,
ancient.
So if you were going to age Amelia Clark's character, you don't get somebody who's still the same age as Amelia.
You know,
like,
you do realize Carrie Russell's like 45.
yeah,
And Emilia Clarke's
Clarke is
like
not.
26.
but still, she's not.
I see where you're
she's
coming
not
from.
70.
I see where you're coming
if
from.
you're
but-
Well,
going
there's
to-
not many good 70 like actresses still around.
I see where you're coming from, but Carrie Russell and Amelia Clarke are not the same age.
I'm just saying that she is not 70 years
Right,
old.
I get-
so
yeah.
if you're going to do that,
But you
I'm calling bullshit on that rumor.
if you're gonna go with like older Amelia Clarke, get Helen Mirren. That's the only actress in her 70s that I can think of.
I was gonna say, there's not many like
watch on
actresses
Gold.
like left in their
That's the only
70s.
one of-
Betty White.
That's also British.
Betty White.
Yeah, Betty
okay.
White, 97-year-old
Yeah.
Betty White coming in.
Yo, I'm gonna play the fucking Grim Reaper in Battleship if he tries to take Betty White from us. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Leave her alone. She stays with us.
Right.
All right, what's your last one?
Last one was Amazing Spider-Man #1 came out today.
Yeah.
And
Got it.
in it they kind of make hints that one more day continuity is going to come back. So Peter and Mary Jane might be back together or might be married very soon.
Well,
And-
I hate it.
No, I'm more than okay with it.
I hate it because I mean Tony Stark doesn't get Mary Jane.
You never did.
Just teasing.
You're not gonna be happy until Tony Stark gives crabs to half the Marvel universe.
Right. He deserves it.
He doesn't deserves. That's some title bullshit if I've ever heard in my fucking life. He doesn't deserve anything.
They're gonna
except maybe rehab.
do a miniseries called Iron Man: The End, and it's like Iron Man's last story, and he dies from syphilis.
No, they're gonna do a
Fuck
story.
yeah.
It's gonna be like Tony does Dallas, but it's gonna be like Tony does the Marvel universe.
Jesus Christ.
I really sometimes I worry. I worry about it, man. I'm just a worry.
It's all right, man. I'm
Are
still
you
here.
okay?
I'm still here.
But no, I'm grateful for it because I can't stand one more day. Like I was all right with them breaking Peter and Mary Jane up, but don't do it by doing a deal with the devil.
The devil.
Like
It's
that
a
was the
fucking
dumbest
Mephisto.
fucking thing.
And it was all to bring back Aunt May from the dead, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because she was dying from a gunshot wound.
And he also made it so like his secret identity would be secret again.
Yeah. The only people that remembered were him and Mary Jane.
Ah, jeez.
She had to be in on the deal because it was because she was
Yeah.
the one getting
Because Doctor Strange was going to mind wipe everyone, and there was like the Mystic Circle, and he pulls her in at the last second.
The Mystic Circle.
fucking yeah. One More Day was stupid,
Yeah.
but if they're really going to remarry these characters, I mean, so she does have her memories from pre One More Day.
So
Doesn't she?
so Mephisto mind wiped everyone, and then in the new continuity, like Civil War happened, Back in Black happened, and everyone he unmasked in front of everyone, and then Doctor Strange mind wiped everyone in the new continuity, and he pulled
Love how
he
everyone
pulled
in
her
the
in.
Marvel universe just keeps getting mind wiped. Everyone's gonna have brain cancer before
Yeah.
this thing is all over.
Yeah,
Stop fucking with their brains.
Oh, Miss Doctor Strange. MacGuffin.
right.
What magic is basically in the Marvel universe. It's like I don't like that. Bing, it's gone.
Honestly, I don't have no preference here. I don't really get involved in the New Day or whatever.
It was just
Brand
a really
new day.
shitty idea for what was becoming a really good, like, because having him, that's why a lot of people like renew their vows, because it is a reality where Peter and Mary Jane are together and they have a daughter, Mayday Parker.
Yeah,
And like, it basically was like if the world had kept going in one brand new day, or one more day?
One More Day was the story, and then Brand New Day was like the story after One More Day. Yeah,
Awful. Yeah. So it pissed off a lot
thanks,
of
Dan
fans.
Slott.
It was this really shitty attempt to retcon. It wasn't even like a
and
smart
to
retcon.
make Peter Parker seem younger.
Yeah.
Just like, dude, really? We're doing like deals with the devil?
Right.
By the
Andy,
light?
did you have any input on this?
I thought
Grateful?
you're somewhat of a Spider-Man fan.
I am. I got one. I actually really liked one because it does. It feels like it's going, like you said, pre-Dan Slut back to when it was.
I thought you said Dan Slut.
I mean, it wasn't.
You might as well.
Dan Slott has been on it since Brand New Day, and his last issue was 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so
he's been on it for a decade.
Ooh.
I liked it. I did. Yeah.
I'm all right with them going back to it.
Good.
I'm more than okay with it.
Cool. All right.
It has to be done right.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to go pre One More Day continuity as long as just put them back together as a couple. I'm all right with it.
Get them together.
Peter can just make another deal with the devil.
Fucking. Just
make
I'm all right with Aunt May dying. It's fine.
She ran her course. Neighborhood Spider-Man again.
Aunt May is more popular than ever thanks to the.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that that was my thought process
Hot
10
May.
years ago.
Hot
It was just
May.
like Aunt May is a character that has ran her course. It's okay to
Right. I mean, they already killed off Ben. Like, what?
all the way back in 1962.
I mean, they still haven't killed off Ma Kent in the fucking comics, have they?
No, in New 52, both Kents are dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, really? Cool.
Why do I remember?
They died in a car accident while he was at his senior prom in the new continuity.
Man. Oh, that was back during like T-shirt and jeans, New
Yep.
52
Yeah.
Superman. Yeah, I took a break from Superman during that time because
New
when he
52
got
had
like
some
the
good
actual
stuff, but that
Kryptonian
was
suit
not
that he
it.
wears with like the no underpants and the belt.
Yeah, Grant Morrison's Action Comics run was not good. I mean, I still have high hopes for his Green Lantern run coming up.
Did you get a Superman #1 today?
I mean, it's in my poll. I just haven't bought my comics today.
Got it. Let's see how Bendis does. And Die dropped today. It was an unannounced release of a new Kirkman book.
Oh,
They announced it yesterday, going, "Hey, new Kirkman book comes out tomorrow."
that would have been real cool to let retailers know.
The orders were based on purchases of Oblivion Song, and apparently I was like, so that means Jeff is going to have none because who the fuck buys
Yeah,
Oblivion Song? He had a big giant stack, but he limited it to one per person because that was today's like holy shit.
Man, that could go into a rant for me.
Man,
Oh
do it! Fucking unleash the beast.
man!
Like,
But Gimple has
if
credit
you
on
want-
this comic also.
if you want your comic to sell, don't be like, buy. It's dependent on your X amount of copies of Oblivion Stone that probably didn't really sell very well, especially for a small one like World's Greatest
I'll
Comics.
give them credit for
where-
the whole marketing of this, though, or the lack thereof. They literally dropped the news yesterday going, "Hey, new Kirkman
No, that's
story / book tomorrow."
Sorry,
Everyone ran out and
sorry.
bought it today.
That's kind of fucking terrible marketing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Everyone bought it today, though.
Yeah, but there's like limited copies.
But everyone bought it. They made enough copies that they're going to make enough money. Everyone bought it today.
I'm just saying like people are going to go into the comic book store and they're not going to have it, and that's just going to turn people off to that comic book store because they don't have it, because they're like, oh, the day before it's announced, and then like, what if you bought
retailers knew, they just couldn't discuss it.
I can probably tell you they probably didn't really know. They probably knew like, oh, this might be something, but
Jeff
what I'm saying is
50 copies of it if he didn't know.
what I'm saying is that they might have known, but what it sounds like is that the amount that you can order is based off of some bullshit book that came out like 2 or 3 months ago, and that limits your copies. So that means when people hear about it, like let's say they didn't hear about it till 4 PM, they're going to go in their local comic book store and it's sold out, and that's just going to turn off a potential future customer to that store.
Tim's exactly right. From an economic standpoint, forcing scarcity hurts retailers.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is forcing scarcity just turns people off to comic books in general. Because
But I'm telling you from what I saw from one of the smallest stores that I know of, he had plenty to go around.
Okay.
How much is plenty to go around?
He had over 50 copies.
And then that's
not so
for
50
World's
He
Greatest
probably
for
had-
World's Greatest Comics.
That's
No
a
offense,
lot.
but that is
That
no
is a
no
lot.
no offense
Not
to them,
offense at all.
but that is a
That
lot
is a
for
lot.
them.
So a store like a Comic Town or a Laughing Ogre or
Hopefully they have something in the hundreds then.
Exactly.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm hoping. I haven't talked to Ryan or anything like that today about it.
The moral of the story is shop local.
Yeah, I mean, do that,
local.
but like...
That was the moral?
That's all I got.
Also,
we've gone down this snake hole, and we're just like...
When in Rome.
No,
he's
it's
right.
just...
Support the local comic book store.
Marvel does that bullshit all the time, and I hate it so much.
It's a dick move, man. It's the same shit with like Wii's and like video gaming systems and all that crap. Like there's like, oh, we've only had this many.
Oh, they're like the NES Classic and the SNES Classic.
Classic. You couldn't even like some people like I remember waiting in line in the fucking cold to get a Wii when like the first gen came out, and like they were handing out like fucking tags,
tickets
so
or whatever.
You had like a voucher to actually get it, and they were like, well, that's it, 22. Like 22, it's fucking Christmas.
Like unless they're just like, hey, you can reorder it and it'll be back in your store on Friday. Sure, that way like you can guarantee people like a copy on Friday. But if they're forcing scarcity, all it does is just uppercut stores in the dick.
Well, it does that, and then you bring out the assholes that buy multiple copies and try to resell it to like make more money off it because it's scarce.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst part is they let those people buy like as many as they want. Right. They don't realize till after the fact that they're just going to profit on eBay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
dick move.
I believe most stores, because of the hype that just immediately blew up on this, they had a strict
it's either that or hopefully like Tuesday or Wednesday came around and they were doing like emergency shipping like reorders for it or something like that, because that kind of pisses me off.
There's another one I picked up today from Image called Farmhand, and it's by, I forget his name now, the guy who did Chew.
Oh, Jonathan Lehman, I think.
I thought it was Gary something.
Gary Sanchez.
But the premise is there's a guy who is pretty much like creating organs for like organ transplants and all that, and something on his farm is going wrong, so the cover is kind of revealing there's like zombies and shit coming up out of the ground.
I mean, well, if it's the writer of Chew, I will buy it.
Yeah, it is.
I love Chew.
All right.
Well,
now that we've got to the end of our comic rant.
Yeah, it was really fun talking about comics, and I guess we talked about Antman and the Wasp.
I think we talked about Antman and the Wasp tonight. Recap it. It's a mad movie. We enjoyed it, didn't hate it. Go see it if you want to. Don't pay too much money to see it.
Don't pay too much. Go for Mad Day.
I did my best to not have a whole bunch of curses in my rant.
Yep, we're good there. So again, with the Hateful Geeks, come find us anywhere you get your podcast. We are everywhere. Like herpes.
On iTunes mostly.
Spotify.
Oh, we're on Spotify.
Spotify, iTunes, Plex, iHeartRadio, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Stitcher,
Pornhub.
That's it.
That's you uploading it, huh?
Not for many years, Tim.
But again, give us a follow, give us a shout out, give us a like, give us a comment, whatever the fuck you want to give us. Want to hear from you.
Smash that subscribe button.
But again, thank you for tuning in. So you're the Hateful Geeks, and I am Sweeney.
I'm Phil.
I'm Andy.
And this is Tim.
Wait. That's not the names we introduced ourselves with.
We fucked it up. It's all right.
I'm Tim.
I'm Phil.
I'm Sweeney.
And I'm Andy.
Accurate.
And we're off. See you later.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!